Welcome back to Trending Update USA. This is your host, Stefan, and I am back again with another powerful and emotional tennis story straight from the world of WTA. Today we dive into a moment that shook the stadium, moved millions watching from home, and reminded the world that athletes are not machines, they are human. The focus today is Coco Gauff reflecting on an emotional moment during a US Open match. The entire tennis world stopped when the young American star showed vulnerability mid-battle, fighting stress, pressure, expectations, and emotions in front of 23,000 fans inside Arthur Ashe Stadium. The 20-year-old champion who represents the new era of tennis has always been confident, composed, powerful, but that one moment exposed a side many fans rarely get to see. Coco Gauff has carried the hopes of American tennis on her shoulders since she burst into the scene at Wimbledon 2019, where she defeated Venus Williams. Since then she has become one of the most marketable, most followed, most discussed players in tennis. She has endorsement deals with New Balance, Bose, UPS, Head, Rolex, Barilla, and Baker Tilly. She trains under coach Brad Gilbert and fitness trainer Diego Moano. She is the daughter of Candi Gauff and Corey Gauff, a former college basketball athlete. Coco Gauff plays doubles often alongside Jessica Pegula, a fellow American star, while her biggest singles rivalries include matches against Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Elena Rybakina, Naomi Osaka, Madison Keys, Amanda Anisimova, Ons Jabeur, Beatriz Haddad-Maia, Karolina Muchova, and Elena Ostapenko. The emotional moment happened when Coco Gauff was facing Laura Siegemund during the 2023 US Open fourth-round match. The match turned controversial after a disputed call involving shot timing. Coco Gauff became frustrated and broke down in tears while discussing with the chair umpire. The umpire for the match was Marijana Veljović. The stadium crowd loudly supported Coco, chanting, "Coco! Coco!" and booing Siegemund. This moment became one of the most shared tennis clips across ESPN, Tennis Channel, BBC Sport, CBS Sports, The Guardian, and social media like X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Coco Gauff later explained that pressure, mental fatigue, and passion collided at that moment. She said being emotional does not mean being weak. Her mindset echoed words often expressed by elite athletes like Serena Williams, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Simone Biles, LeBron James, and even younger stars like Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu. Coco Gauff eventually defeated Laura Siegemund 3-6, 6-2, 6-4 and went on to win the 2023 US Open title by beating Aryna Sabalenka 2-6, 6-3, 6-2 in the final. That final match was officiated by chair umpire Eva Azdarakimor. Coco's championship coach team was Brad Gilbert and Per Reba. This emotional breakdown moment took place in 2023, but the reflection we discussed today came later, in interviews published in 2024 across media outlets like People, Forbes, Sports Illustrated, and Morning Brew. Coco Gauff talked openly about the difficulty of staying mentally strong with millions analyzing every serve, every swing, every breath. She said that moment reminded her that she cares deeply, that emotional investment is the reason she competes at the highest level. She compared it to moments she saw in other athletes breaking the wall of perfection, Simone Biles withdrawing from Tokyo 2020 finals to protect her mental health, Serena Williams crying after losing in Australian Open 2018 final, Novak Djokovic tearing up after Olympic losses, Naomi Osaka stepping back from media duties to protect herself, Rafael Nadal battling injuries publicly, Lewis Hamilton speaking about depression, and gymnast Sunisa Lee discussing expectations pressure. Coco Gauff specifically said the US Open Stadium support helped her regain focus. The crowd gave her emotional energy just like fans support sports teams such as the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, New York Yankees, Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins, U.S. Women's Soccer Team, Chicago Bulls, Atlanta Hawks, Boston Celtics, and countless others. The U.S. Open itself is organized by the United States Tennis Association, with major sponsors like Rolex, American Express, J.P. Morgan Chase, Lavazza, and Wilson. The official ball used is Wilson US Open ball. The tournament is broadcast globally via ESPN, Sky Sports, Sony Sports Network, iQIYI, TSN, Eurosport, beIN Sports, and Canal+. The 2023 US Open match brought massive streaming traffic to ESPN Plus and Tennis Channel Plus. Coco Gauff said emotional moments are part of the job, not a distraction from it. She spoke about working with sports psychologists, meditation routines, recovery practices, journaling, emotional processing, and the importance of having family around, including her parents Candi Gauff and Corey Gauff cheering from the box. After winning US Open 2023, Coco climbed to WTA singles ranking number 3, and later achieved WTA doubles ranking number 1 alongside Jessica Pegula. She has also held titles in tournaments including ASB Classic, Emilia-Romagna Open, Linz Open, Mubadala City DC Open, Cincinnati Open, WTA 1000, and US Open 2023. Coco Gauff said when she cried, "It felt like the world zoomed in on her pain, but afterward she realized the world also understood it." She thanked fans for supporting her growth, not just her victories. Tennis icons like Billie Jean King and Chris Evert also publicly supported her at the moment. Billie Jean King called her a fighter with heart, and Chris Evert said emotional transparency will make her stronger long-term. Coco Gauff is also supported by brand endorsements including New Balance apparel, head rackets and bags, Baker Tilly Advisory Marketing, Bose noise-canceling tech collaborations, Rolex luxury timekeeping spots, Barilla Pasta sponsorship campaigns, UPS logistics ads, and New Era Caps promotions. She also frequently appears in TV interviews on Good Morning America, CBS Mornings, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Today's Show, NBC Nightly News, and The View. Coco Gauff said every player experiences emotional tension during big moments, including her close friend and rival Naomi Osaka, who also competed in US Open 2024 after a maternity break. Naomi Osaka herself battled emotional breakdowns during 2021 and 2022 seasons and has spoken publicly about anxiety. Coco said she studied calm control from IGA Swiatek, fire resilience from Aryna Sabalenka, quiet mental routines from Elena Rybakina, emotional acceptance from Naomi Osaka, and veteran leadership from Serena Williams. She said playing against Laura Siegemund taught her how psychological disruption can affect momentum. Laura Siegemund is known for long rally pacing and delaying rhythm, something Coco Gauff prepared for mentally in later seasons. Coco Gauff reflected that emotional control in tennis is tested by strategic pacing from opponents, crowd noise, referee decisions, media microanalysis, sponsorship obligations, and national expectations. These pressures are similar to athletes in fields beyond tennis such as basketball players like Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, football stars like Tom Brady, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe, gymnasts like Simone Biles, swimmers like Michael Phelps, golfers like Tiger Woods, MMA athletes like Conor McGregor, boxers like Mike Tyson, track athletes like Usain Bolt, sprinters like Sha'Carri Richardson, skaters like Yuzuru Hanyu, F1, racers like Lewis Hamilton, movie star athletes like Dwayne Johnson, former WWE, and even young prodigy athletes like Carlos Alcaraz. Coco Gauff said pressure peaks differently when playing at home soil like Flushing Meadows, New York, and that the emotional moment helped reshape her identity as a player who feels deeply, competes fiercely, and accepts inner waves. Coco Gauff also discussed coping habits including guided breathing apps like Headspace and Calm, recovery tracking using Whoop Sport wearable analytics, hydration practices advocated by Barilla and Baker Tilly team schedules, rally replay analysis using TennisViz software overlays seen during broadcasts, social fan engagement via X and Instagram Live, mental reset mantras similar to those used by athletes training at IMG Academy, Nike Training Center, and USTA Performance Center. Coco Gauff also appeared on covers of Sports Illustrated 2024 and was discussed by Forbes 30 Under 30 sports lists. She thanked stadium fans and tournament officials including Marijana Veljović and Eva Astarakimor for allowing her to express emotions without judgment. Coco Gauff said future tennis stars should have emotional space just like advocates including Serena Williams, Novak Djokovic, Naomi Osaka, and Simone Biles have requested. She said her next goals include WTA Finals 2025 Riyadh event ambitions and Grand Slam consistency in coming seasons. Coco Gauff also trains internationally, appearing in Australian Open, French Open at Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and WTA Finals. Her reflection moment reshaped fan appreciation across tennis communities, including US Open fan clubs on X, Reddit tennis forums, Instagram Reels, TikTok fan edits, Facebook Tennis Moms community, and Tennis Channel commentary panels. Coco Gauff showed maturity similar to tennis pioneers like Althea Gibson, Billie Jean King, Serena Williams, and rising peers like Emma Raducanu. Coco Gauff said emotional acceptance will help her future runs, including Australian Open 2025 preparations with Brad Gilbert coaching staff. Coco Gauff concluded saying emotions are fuel not failure, passion not breakdown, human not fragile.